Chosen one. It was never just jealousy or hate. It was warfare. Spiritual warfare. They didn't just dislike you, they plotted. Scheme. They tried to set the trap, but listen closely, they walked into their own destruction. This is not just a story, this is a spiritual unfolding of why your life has felt like a battlefield, and why you are still standing while they're falling apart. Betrayal never screams, it whispers. It shows up in smiles, in passive words, in fake support. Behind every attack on your character from people you trusted, there was a hidden agenda they didn't think you were spiritual enough to perceive. And here's the truth, most chosen ones are not attacked because they did something wrong, but because of who they carry inside them. Your light irritates hidden demons. Your presence awakens insecurities even in those you tried to lift up. And while you were sharing your dreams, trusting too freely, someone was plotting in silence. They tried to twist stories, manipulate opinions, plant seeds of doubt about you. Some even prayed against your success, crafting spiritual traps hoping you'd stumble. Business ruined. Reputation dragged. Spirit broken. But what they didn't know was that a trap made for the chosen is a trap made for their own downfall. The universe doesn't play fair, it plays. Just don't regret being open-hearted. Don't wish you had dimmed your light. You were meant to expose the darkness just by being yourself. And now the truth is surfacing. They're reaping what they sowed. You felt unsafe. You felt lost. What you didn't feel was the angel standing behind you the whole time. When you walk with divine purpose, your protection is not ordinary. There were moments where they thought you were alone, and even you, dear chosen one, believed it in the quiet hours. But unseen protection? That's God's biggest strategy for those He's preparing. Late at night when your spirit felt crushed, in conversations when they tried to twist your words, in battles you didn't even know you were fighting, spiritual forces were moving on your behalf. God covered your ears when you didn't need to hear the lies. He blocked doors not to punish you but to protect your purpose. You kept wondering why certain things didn't happen, why the deal fell through, why people ghosted you. Because their participation would have been part of the trap. Chosen ones, what rejected you, preserved you. It wasn't punishment, it was purpose. They thought you were vulnerable, but heaven had already sealed the outcome. You could not fall into their trap because grace already rewrote your ending. Energy doesn't lie. What they sent out came right back. Let's talk about spiritual law. What they speak, wish, or work against you, it's not neutral. That energy travels. And here's the irony. The minute they sent deception, gossip, and false intentions into the air, they signed their own invitation to collapse. They crafted words like weapons, hoping to assassinate your character. They joined with others to try and kill your confidence silently. They smiled in your face but hoped your next step would be a misstep. But chosen ones walk with a mirrored energy field. What they point at you returns with intensity. You've probably looked around and noticed. Their life is no longer thriving, their circle is falling apart, opportunities they had suddenly dry up. That's not your doing. That's the law reacting to their intentions. Light workers, chosen souls, kingdom people, you don't have to fight dirty. You don't have to clap back. Your aura is your answer. Because when the trap is built with lies and destruction, it becomes a mirror that shatters the ones who buoy. At first, you didn't even have to fight. You just stood. You just obeyed. And the trap laid for you became an echo chamber that collapsed every lie inside it. You were the target, but the trap never had your name on it. They said you were intense, too deep, too emotional, too spiritual. But what if the truth is, you were just too powerful for their limited world? From a young age, chosen ones are often labeled as different. You spoke truth when others were comfortable with lies. You asked questions they weren't ready to answer. You dreamed of the stars while they were focused on the ground. And instead of being celebrated for your uniqueness, they mocked it, rejected it, or worse, tried to silence it. Why? Because your energy amplifies what others are trying to hide. Your light forces people to confront their own darkness. Your confidence made them see how insecure they were. So instead of rising with you, they built traps to pull you down. But what they forgot is that spiritual power can't be muted once awakened. You weren't too much. They were just not enough to handle the assignment God placed on your life. They wanted you to shrink, to second guess. Every attack was not just meant to stop your progress. It was designed to make you question your worth. But chosen ones don't fold permanently. They may fall, but they rise. Are more evolved. Stop apologizing for being too much. You're not overwhelming, you're overflowing. And those who were blinded by your light weren't supposed to walk with you in the first place. Now those very same people are lost in their own darkness, and the trap they built is Their own prison, they watched your every move, not to celebrate but to anticipate your fall. But while they were focused on your steps, they tripped over their own. Some people became so consumed with trying to bring you down that they neglected their own destiny. They were checking your page every day, asking about you in rooms you weren't even in. At night, they were rehearsing conversations, revising stories, just to control your image. Their obsession became spiritual possession. They had access to their own growth, but chose sabotage over self-reflection. They became so fixated on destroying you that they lost touch with their own purpose. And when you kept rising, when your life didn't collapse the way they expected, it drove them into confusion. Some even tried to mimic your journey, copy your energy, pretend they were like you. But imitation is empty when the presence of God doesn't back it. Because here's the truth. Fire, you can't fake being chosen. God doesn't endorse the counterfeit. In their desperate chase to ruin you, they took shortcuts on their own path. They lied, used manipulation, stepped on others, and now, the karma they bear. ILT is crashing down while you stayed in your lane and followed divine timing. They broke every law trying to destroy you. But what they meant for evil only exposed their own weakness. Their obsession became self-destruction. And now the trap only holds them, not you. They thought you were losing, but you were just being hidden. Let's talk about that season where it all went quiet. Your phone stopped ringing. Nobody checked in. No opportunities were showing up. And worst of all, you started believing you had been forgotten. But chosen ones are not overlooked. They are set apart. God hides his most powerful vessels before revealing them. The greatest oil doesn't come from easy seasons. It's pressed in silence, formed in isolation, forged in spiritual fire. That season where no one saw you, where they whispered, "What happened to them?" Where even family and friends stopped supporting your vision. That was your divine hiding place. It wasn't punishment, it was purification. Because what's coming for you can't be built with shaky faith, wounded ego, or unhealed trauma. That's what isolation healed in you. That's what separation exposed. While they were watching, mocking, living loudly, you were getting aligned, disciplined, and refined. Your power didn't come from applause. It came from the quiet places of Sir. Enter now that you're stepping out of that hidden season, you carry a power they can't explain, because they didn't see the process. They don't know about the nights you cried, the prayers you whispered, the promises God made in secret. But when you glow, they'll know. And they'll remember the trap they tried to catch you and only delayed the unveiling of your greatness. It didn't deny in a world that rewards rebellion. You chose obedience, and that's what made the trap collapse. The path of the chosen one is not glamorous. You lost friends. Opportunities slipped through. You watched people rocket ahead while your life felt like a plateau. But what they didn't realize is obedience is a seed. It grows slow, but it grows strong. When they were playing dirty, when they were taking shortcuts, when they were seducing systems and people to gain power, you chose silence, prayer, alignment. You took the long road. You said no when your flesh screamed yes. What? Because something in your spirit whispered, "Hold on. Trust me. This is not your battle to fight." And that was your weapon. Obedience is underrated in a world of hustle and ego. But in the spiritual realm, it shakes dimensions. It invites divine backup. It turns battles in your favor without you lifting a finger. They mocked your standards. They called you too soft, too slow, too holy. But their traps, built on pride and speed, are now sinking while the solid ground of obedience is still holding you. Your name is still clean. Your hands are still pure. While others crafted strategies, you followed your spirit, and your steps were ordered. Obedience built what distraction and destruction tried to block. And that's why you're still here. Rising, they were so focused on closing your doors, they didn't see they were opening. Your destiny hears what they never expected. What they destroyed forced you to grow. When they broke your heart, you found God more deeply. When they removed their support, you discovered your inner fortress. When they laughed at your failure, you created from the ashes. Chosen ones aren't immune to pain, but they're birthed from it. The very people who tried to bury you had no idea they were becoming the soil for your next season. They triggered your purpose. They revealed your strength. They forced you off the path of comfort, onto the calling of greatness. And now look, up arrow, the same people who set the trap are sinking in confusion. Their anxiety is rising. Their peace is disturbed. What? Because they know they touched something sacred when they tried to interfere with your purpose. And some of them can feel it. Deep down they regret it, but they'll never say it. Pride won't let them admit they failed. The trap wasn't just a mistake, it was a setup by God. He used their evil intention to promote you. Their fall made room. Their silence made space. Their absence made you unstoppable. What was meant to break you built you that you're not just surviving the trap, you're about to be publical. Why revealed as favored? There's a shift happening. You can feel it. Dreams are sharper. Your discernment is stronger. And things you struggled to explain spiritually are now coming into full clarity. This is not just healing. It's vindication. The people who doubted you, the conversations had in hushed tones, the traps laid in secret, will now be met with divine evidence. Because God doesn't just deliver you silently, sometimes He makes it known why you were chosen. Suddenly, opportunities will come that nobody can block. The same people who mocked you will watch you rise. The blessings will be visible not to boast, but because God wants to make a point. This is MY Anointed One. Hands off. You won't have to explain anything. You won't need to defend your name. You will just walk into what was already yours. The traps that delayed? They became launch pads. The walls they built to block you? They became platforms. Your silence? It shouted louder than any false rumor spoken about you. Conclusion. This is not revenge. This is justice. Divine. Time. Righteous. The trap they built was never your ending, it was your unveiling. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Your story isn't survival, it's prophecy fulfilled.